We'll be back soon.
The 11th of February, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. Hello again.
How you doing, Lou?
Baruch Hashem, doing well. How about you, Rabbi?
Baruch Hashem. Okay. So, Bava Kama, run Kufyud tests, and don't see exactly where we are.
According to my note, we're in the very top of the page. Let's see.
Oh, we did this interchange with Rav and Abaye about the
sharecropper.
yeah, Rav Zavin Shabishta Arisa. We did that.
Right.
I think we might be up to the Mechamon Mator, the property of an informer. Or not? No. Oh, I see. I think it's about buying from a known robber. Itamar Gazalot Ma'amas Mutor. That right?
Amos Mutar. Gemora is bringing a machlokes. No, it's mutter to be called from a gazlan.
Yeah,
okay.
I remember talking about the buying at the entrance of the garden or at the back of the garden, and I mentioned that for the back of the garden you wouldn't be seen. So that's why the in secret.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we'll start from the Itmar. Itmar Gazlan Me'emas Mutar.
Itmar.
This is about 12 lines down from the top. The first word in the line is Hagina.
Roy, where is it in the art scroll?
119A1, right hand. It's a new paragraph. The Gemara discusses the property of an informer. A1.
Okay.
The first we're going to do the about a Gazlan.
I see where you're talking about, Roy, but it doesn't say Itmar. It says Mamon Masor.
Yes. Where's Itmar? What is Itmar? What I say? Why did I say Itmar?
Rabbi said Itmar.
Oh, Itmar was right at the top. Yeah,
I see Itmar.
that's why. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to read? Itmar.
I'll read. It was stated, Gazlan may Amos Mutar Liknos Hey Menu. He stole from when it was permitted to buy from him. So let's see, what does it mean? A robber from when it is permitted to buy from him. From when, oh, it's a question. From when is it permitted to buy from him? When can you buy from a robber? Rav Amar, Rav says, Ad shetehe rov mishalo, until that it is a majority that are his. Oh, majority of his possessions, the English says. So in other words, if the majority of the possessions of the thief are his possessions, I guess maybe that he didn't steal them. He owns them properly. Then you're allowed to buy from him. Ushmuel Amar, Shmuel says, Afilu mi'ut shalo. He says even a minority are his.
Wow.
Orele Rav Yehuda La'ada Dayala B'divrei Ha Omer Afilu Mi'ut Shalo. Okay, Rav Yehuda ruled for Rav Ada. The attendant. In accordance with the one who says minority are his. I'm confused. Where did Rav Ada come from? I thought it was Rava and it was Shmuel.
Yeah, it's not Rav Ada. He's not a rabbi. He's just an attendant.
Right.
So his name is Ada.
I see. Yeah, it's not Rav Ada, it's just Ada. But where does he come from? I don't get it.
Yeah. Okay. So what's okay? So this is. Let's take a look over here. You got first the Gemora says that asks a question. Question is when if all is it permitted? The Gemora makes it sound like it's definitely must be permitted in some way, shape, or form. The Gemora seems to know that it would be permissible. So the Gemara wants to know in which case would it be permissible to buy from a gazlan, somebody that you know is a robber. So there's two opinions. Rab says one opinion. His opinion is that at the point that you know that the majority of his possessions that he would be selling you belong to him. So then that's what Rab says. And Shmuel says even a bigger chiddush. He says, no, you could even buy from him even if afilu miut shalo, even if a minority of the things that he has in his possession to sell you belong to him. But even if rove of them do not belong to him, you can nevertheless buy from him. So that's Rab and Shmuel. Machlokes Rab and Shmuel. And then along comes Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi Yehuda seeming in Rabbi Yehuda paskined for for his attendant. And he paskined, and he said that you can conduct yourself according to the view that says even if a minority of the possessions of the Goslin belong to him, you can nevertheless buy from him.
So in other words, am I understanding correctly? Ada came to Rav Yehuda and asked, how do we hold? Do we hold
Right?
like Rav or do we hold like Shmuel? And Rav Yehuda
Yeah.
ruled that we hold like Shmuel.
And nobody says you can't anyway. It might be immoral or not. No one says that.
Well, yeah, that's interesting because we said before that it would be usher because you're aiding and assisting a sinner.
Right.
Right.
So that's a very good question. That's a good question, Roy.
Maybe it's further down.
One second. No, because the next thing the Gemara talks about is an informer. The Gemara, according to us, the Gemara should have jumped up and said, "Wait, 1 second over here. Well, why? Who? How is it that you're allowed to buy from this robber? You know he's a robber. You're aiding and assisting an evildoer, a sinner." But when did we talk about that? We talked about that. Talked about that before.
I assume that he's from what, a sharecropper.
I don't remember when we talked about that.
Well, I think it was back a bit.
Right. Actually, this was related to the Gemara that we had above. When the Gemara, it's the first words, it's the first brisa of the Gemara. The Gemara, this was on Kufiyot Chesamid base after the Mishnah. After the Mishnah, the Gemara quoted a brisa, Tan Rabbanan, and it said over here, Ein lokchin min aroim, lo izin, velo gedoyim, velo gizin, lo tlushin shel tzemer. You can't buy any of these items from a shepherd who's been entrusted with a flock to watch over, because we suspect that these items, the animals or the fleece, he's selling you what's been entrusted to him to watch over, and now he's trying to sell them to you. So you're not allowed to buy that. Why? Because it's stolen merchandise. It doesn't belong to the one who's selling it. But then the Gemara said, "Aval lokchin mehen tefurim, mipnei shehen shelahen." But you could buy a garment made out of the wool that over there, because why? Because it belongs to this garment belongs to this shepherd. And we said the reason why it belongs to him, Rashi explained over there. Rashi said, Tefurin, begodim Tefurim. You can buy the suit, the tailor-made suit. It's made out of wool. Well, where do you think the wool came from? Maybe the wool came from one of the animals that he sheared. He doesn't have any right to do that. It all belongs to the Balabais. He's just supposed to watch it. Rashi explains the inami ganvu, because even on the tzad that he did ganva the wool from the Balabais, nevertheless, kaneu b'shinui, he acquired it in making it into a suit because that constitutes a shinui maisa, and a shinui maisa he made a transformed the item that he stole. Like he steals wood, he makes it into a chair. He steals wool, makes it into a suit.
He has a business.
So that's what the Brisa said. Now, after the Brisa, there was a note there that I read out from the Shara Melech. From the Shara Melech, one of the foremost poskim on the Shulchan Aruch, and he says that he doesn't understand. L'chora gam achar shekonu haganav b'shinui adayin shayach tam ha'isr shehu Messiah biyad haganav. Even after this ganav has acquired this shepherd, who we suspect to be a ganav, has sheared off the wool from the sheep that he's supposed to be watching, that belongs to the Balabayas, and now he made it into a nice tailor-made suit over here that he wants to sell to you. So it belongs to him, says the Brisa, but still, says the Shara Melech, you should not be allowed to buy it from him, because you are Messiah Biyad Haganav. The Ganav he's a sinner. He's a Ganav. You're assisting the Ganav. So he answers that Kevin She'ena Davar Vadai Ganuv Lo Hechmiru Le'iser Liknos B'Makom Shekvar Konu B'Shinui. Since it's not a certainty that the wool that was used to make this suit was stolen, so therefore one does not need to be stringent in the matter to forbid the purchase of such a suit, in view of the fact that it already has been acquired through a shinui maisa, and it does belong to the person that made the suit, even if he would be a ganav. We don't know for a fact that he is. We just suspect. But even Rashi said, even if on the tzad that he did actually steal it, he acquired it with a shinui, and so therefore that was what we said over there. That was what we said over there. So we're saying over here, if you're talking about someone that we know is a ganav, we know he's a robber, so why would we be allowed to buy from this robber? We know that he's a robber. And Rav and Shmuel just say that, well, as long as you don't know for a fact that what you're buying from him is stolen, So then it's okay. And we're even being
Saying ignorant is
yeah, so we don't really know. That would seem to be the point that we in that's the common denominator between Rav and Shmuel. Both of them would seem to be of the opinion that since you don't know whether this, in fact, what he's selling you is stolen merchandise, you could buy it from him, even though it seems that it's known that he is a Goslin. The Gemora itself is calling him a Goslin, so it's clear that the person is a Goslin. Now we have a Rashi over here.
we're for what we were just learning, or just what we were just saying?
Yeah,
Or,
we have a Rashi over here. Um, where's the Rashi? Yeah, we have a number of Rashis actually. We have the first Rashi we have over here on the page is Rashi Dibra Maskil Rov, which is if you're on Kufyud Tes 119a. So in the Rashi, you know that there's always 4 wide lines at the top page of every Rashi, and then the Rashi the line's narrow. So this is going to be the third narrow line, the beginning of the third narrow line in Rashi. Dibra Maskil Rov.
Rov Mamono Mishalo below Gazela Holchin Achar Harov V'nehanin Mimenu. So the majority from it, from that which is his, without stealing, without having been stolen, Holchin, he can sell Achar after Harov, the majority, the Nin Mimenu. What's Nin?
He can have hano, he can have benefit from it.
Oh, and he can have benefit from it. So he's allowed to sell from the majority.
Okay, first of all, we're not talking about what the Goslin's allowed to do. We're talking about what the buyer is allowed to do.
He's allowed to buy from the majority that are not stolen.
He doesn't. That's your point. You're really alluding to. We should mention this. Does the purchaser know that what he's buying? Does he know that it's? Does he know for a fact that it's not? It's not stolen. He thinks maybe it might be stolen. What does the purchaser know over here about the what he wants to buy over here?
He knows that the majority of the things that the that the Chenveni has for sale are not stolen.
Right. Right. Rove of his mammon belongs to him. Right. Right. So then, okay, and that's what he knows. So therefore, we can infer from that he does not know for a fact whether that which he is buying is stolen or not. It may be stolen. He doesn't know. He doesn't really know. All he knows is that of the 100 items that are for sale in this, from this Goslin, that 51 of them belong to the Goslin. That's what he knows. That's the only thing that he knows. And this item that he wants to buy, he has no idea whether this item that he buys belongs to the 51 things that he does own or to the other things that he does not own because he stole them. He doesn't know. But even though he doesn't know, he could buy the item because he can go according to the rove. He can go bust a rove. That's what Rashi is saying over here. Holchin achara rove. You can go according to the rove, and you could buy it. And you could have benefit from this item. So we see that Rashi is understanding the question over here is can you have benefit from such an item? So Rashi says that we go according to the rove. We go according to the Torah says go bust a rove. Go according to the majority.
51% is a majority.
Yeah. So even though he doesn't know that this item itself that he's buying belongs to is something that the guy owns, he doesn't know that, right? It's a suffix. It's a suffix. He knows that the guy's a goslin. He knows that he has stolen items there that he's selling, but he further knows though that most of the items that he has there for sale are not stolen. But this item that he wants to buy, he doesn't know whether it's stolen or not. He's allowed to buy it. He's allowed to go bust a robe. And therefore he could buy the item and he could enjoy that item that he bought from this Goslin. Okay. That's according to Rav. But now the Gemora relates that according to Shmuel, Shmuel says afilu miut shalom. Even if a minority of the items that he has in his possession, this Goslin, actually belong to him, and a majority of them do not belong to him. Even in that scenario, says Shmuel, you'll be allowed to buy from this Goslin. So what does what's the how do we understand that? Rashi has a comment over here as well. Afilu miut mishalo. Who you want to read the next Rashi?
Okay. Afilu. Is that where we are? Afilu?
Yeah.
Okay, afilu miut mishalo. Even if the minority belong to him, i.e. the majority are stolen. Talinan ve'amrinan hai mi yadei de yahiv lay mi dide who. So I don't know what Talinan is.
Talinen means that we what does Talinen mean? We hang our hat on this. I think that's very good, yeah, because you got a hook on your wall where you put your hat.
Yeah.
That's called a mitzleh.
A mitzleh.
To be tola something, to hang, something that hangs. In other words, you're hanging your ability to buy it on this. Tolinen.
Okay. So he hangs his ability to buy and on what we say, this is in his hand.
Midi. This is something. Midi is something.
This is something.
Yeah, high means this. High midi. This item is midi. Is one of the things the yohiv le mididehu that he is giving to him from midideh, from that which he owns. Who it is.
So we hang our reliance on the fact that he even though the majority of his goods are stolen, the one that he's selling to the purchaser is not stolen.
Right.
That's weird.
Oh, here I see. I got a note over here from the Yam Shel Shlomo. L'chura kasher. This would appear to be very difficult over here.
Yeah.
Madua mutter likach mimenu achasharov mammon shebiyado humina gazela. I'll translate. Why is it permissible to a purchase from this person in view of the fact that the majority of the things that he has in his possession are he got them, he didn't acquire them, he got them through Gezel. He got them through the thievery and robbery. Kosev Yam Shel Shlomo. The Yam Shel Shlomo writes about this, and he says, Shelo hitir Shmuel likach mimenu ela ba'ofen sherov hamomen shebiyodo hurak b'chashad gezela. The Yam Shel Shlomo cuts down the Chiddush of Shmuel, and he said it can't be that we're saying that we know for a fact that most of what he has in his possession, this guy was gotten through ill-gotten means. That can't be, says the Yam Shel Shlomo. So what? How do you understand what the Gemora is saying then? Says the Yam Shel Shlomo, we gotta fudge a little bit on the words of the Gemora. We gotta say that what does it mean that Rov Mammon is what's the words of Shmuel? Shmuel said afilu miut shalo. Well, shalo sounds pretty much like it belongs to him. But anyway, the Yam Shel Shlomo says we gotta sort of say the following thing. We gotta say that the Shmuel only allows to acquire from this guy, to buy from this guy in a situation where most of his mammon is suspected of being stolen property, is property that he stole. It's suspected like that. Aval im rova mammon vadai gazul. But if it would be the case that we would know for a fact that most of the items that he is selling were gotten through Gezel, Vadai asur likach mimenu, then it would certainly, without a doubt, be forbidden to purchase from this person. So says the Amshel Shlomo. Okay, wow. Okay. Terutzim nosafim ro'eh bialkut biurim.
Is that a contradiction?
Well, I'm just looking at the words of Shmuel. What does Shmuel say? Shmuel says, afilu miut shalom. Even if a minority are his. Shalom doesn't mean to say that, okay, I'll tell you where the Amshel Shlomo can say what he's saying, right? Look at it like this. Shmuel is saying, even in the case where we know, where all we know is that a minority of the possessions that he has are definitely his. Now, does that mean that we know for a fact that the other things definitely don't belong to him? No. Read the words of Shmuel very, very carefully. He didn't say that. All he said was, even if all we know is that a minority of things that are in his possession, his physical possession, actually belong to him for sure. What about the other things? It's not so clear whether they belong to him. Right? That's the way Shlomo is learning the words of Shmuel. Very good. He's not fudging on the words.
Very tricky.
He's the Amshel Shlomo.
Shkoyach, Rabbi.
Hey. Wow.
All right, thank you.
Okay, all the best, everybody. Roy and Lou. Have a great day.
Remember, Marbim B'Simcha.
Yes. Marvin B'Simcha.
So, what he had stolen, if he makes something else out of them, then they're his legally.
According to according to the Amshel Shlomo, we don't know that anything that he has in his possession is actually stolen. We don't know.
No.
There's a chashad. There's a suspicion over here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We don't even have any proof that anything that he owns, anything in his possession is definitely doesn't belong to him. We don't know. The rove that we're saying is a rove of it is suspect, because all we know is what we know for a fact that he owns is only a minority of what he has in his possession. That's what we know. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
If rove of what he has in his possession we would know for a fact came through stealing, then we would not be able to buy from him. That's what the Shlomo says. We were just trying to figure out where did the Amshel Shlomo be able to get that out of his words. But I think he could get it out very, very, very well, without because all Shmuel talked about is what yes belongs to him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't talk about what he didn't talk only the minority. It's a minority what definitely belongs to him. So what about it? What about the rest of the stuff?
Mhm.
We don't know that it definitely belongs to him. That's what it's. There's even a chashad about it being stolen.
Okay.
Okay,
So, thank you. Thank you. Be
all the
well.
best.